to the comment section, House Leader.
Yes, let's head back to Facebook, and still a continuation of what Hope Umoh Jr. said. The promise made by Asuquo is not encouraging, as this may lead to serious chaos. Vote buying will be encouraged by this statement. All right, parliamentarian Noye Edet says, good morning, parliamentarians, and happy weekend to you all. Congratulations to Obawakando Dofia, and congratulations as well to Pastor Moina on their victory at the appeal court. As it stands, I will only advise both Senator Itainang and Mr. Kanakon to accept the court's judgment in the spirit of sportsmanship by giving their support to their different political parties and work sincerely for the victory of their party's candidates, irrespective of their earlier miss. It says, Atiku Abubakar advising party members to win the award and get federal contract. How will that be possible for all the wards across the federation? And for his restructuring promises, how will that be possible once elected if he cannot keep his gentleman agreement with Governor Wike's faction? That's quite an interesting comment to make. Bro John says the APC should put their house in order and have a clear, transparent manifesto and vision for Akwa Ibom State. Atiku Abubakar's statement is a total misplaced priority because the people will decide what they want. Just to follow up on some of the comments we've had so far with regards to the court cases, I think this one was from Noye Edet, who advised the losing aspirants at the respective court cases to shift their swords and support their respective party candidates as we lead up to the polls. And I think that would be the best in the interest of these respective parties, although the provision made by the Constitution allows you to push further, even as high as the apex court in the land, which is the Supreme Court. It's just like the judgment of Senator Gelson Akpabio versus D.I.J. Bodum, which we're expecting later today. It's gotten right up to the Supreme Court. So I wouldn't be surprised if I get to see Mr. Kanokon or Senator Itainang decide to push further with these cases right up until the Supreme Court. But I like to believe that the messages of unity and love that's been preached for some time by these parties could go some way to touch their hearts. Recently, we heard there was an APC stakeholders meeting where the APC in the Akwa Ibom State is trying to put their house in order in anticipation of President Buhari's visit on January 30th for the APC presidential rally here in the state. They would need to pose a united front, to the APC at the federal level. Otherwise, winning the 2023 elections here in the state would still be, a very, very tall order for the APC if they don't put their house in order. It was the same thing at around the 2019 polls, and even though they ended up putting forward Obong Simaikere as the candidate of the party, the internal intrigue cases did not allow them to do an effective campaigning that would allow them woo supporters and voters to support them. So that, for me, is a big problem.
All right, let's try and see if we can still connect with the Honorable Chris Abasiayo this morning. Hello, Honorable, good morning. Hello, good morning. Still seem to be having network challenges. God help us this morning. Hello, good morning. All right, welcome, Honorable. Sorry, we had some network challenge earlier. You're still live on the floor of the People's Parliament.
Thank you.
All right, we want to talk to you about the court case about your principal, talking about the gubernatorial candidate for PDP, Pastor Umoh Eno. We know that yesterday the court ruled in his favor in the certificate case between him and one of the PDP loyalists, talking about Kanakon. How is the PDP governorship campaign organization reacting to the court's judgment?
As a spokesperson, I've issued a statement to that effect. That is to say that the apt issue knew that the case had no substance. Because if I accuse you of stealing, of somebody who accuses you of stealing a car, the biggest witness needed is for me to be invited to the panel where we are being tried to confirm if actually you stole or I give it to you. And once they appear to say that the car was not stolen, that I gave it to you, that is the end of that matter. The certificates we accused our candidate to have forged belongs to YF. And YF came and said their certificate was not forged, and that the certificate they have of Omeno has tendered in public places, genuine as they gave it to him. And the lawyers want to convince you that you will win in the higher courts. So Akwa kept going on that judicial rigmarole or judicial voyage. Even if it gets to the Supreme Court, the case has not been decided, and the owners of the certificate says the certificate has not been forged, and therefore that is cynical.
All right, thank you very much. We understand that goes, but we're yet to speak with the Kanakon faction to know if they're still going to appeal the court. But how does it stand, and what does this mean for the gubernatorial campaign that is currently ongoing? I understand today there is another campaign slated for the PDP gubernatorial candidate.
We have never been distracted because we have always known that Umweno is a genuine person and that he forged no certificate, so we have seen all those things as distractions. And I tell you as a fact, there is nothing good. There is no fruit that is ripe that would not be receiving results. So it's the right fruits, and that is why we are seeing these results. And these are the signs leading to success. The road to paradise is never in time with thorns. So therefore, there is no cloud without storm. We know this for sure, and that's why we are not distracted at all. We've been going on with our campaigns as should right be. Today, we need the syllable, and we have never been distracted, and we will never be distracted because we know these are signs. Appreciating victory for us. Anyway, yesterday we celebrated, we were happy that the truth is still constant, no matter how far it travels.
All right, the next voice you will be hearing is that of the House Leader. He'll be asking the next question. House Leader.
Yes, good morning to you once again, Doctor. I'd just like to ask quickly, the outcome of judgments like this, whether we like it or not, usually leaves some persons disgruntled and quite aggrieved, especially if the case did not go their way. The PDP has always preached that it is a platform that is open for all, regardless what your grievances are. So I'd just like to ask quickly, going forward, are there overtures being made to the Akanokun camp, to urge them to sheath their swords so the PDP can pose a united front going into the 2023 gubernatorial elections?
Mr. Speaker, can you use the source Frank is using? I'm not getting it as clear as I heard from him.
Okay, so he's asking if there are plans made within the PDP to encourage the Kanakon faction to sheath their swords and become a part of a united front for the PDP going forward.
It is contained in the press release we issued yesterday. Besides that, Umweno as a person has always extended the olive branch to Kanakon. He's not fighting outside the party, he's a member of a party. And for the strength of the party, the unity of the party, and for the greater benefit to the states, Kanakon is welcome. He is raising his fundamental human rights, and we do nothing against him. But we are saying that it is a distraction both to us and to him. But we want to say that himself as a person should do himself a favor. For example, the lower court had a rule and given a cost of 15 million naira for him to pay to Umweno, and the appeal court has sliced that to 5 million. That is a mercy on him. That he has mercy on himself by cutting on his expenses, because the lawyers will always tell him they will win. But the case of this matter is a very clear case. If you see about a certain is concerned, the greatest witness to me are the persons, the offices, the institutions which issue such certificates. What they say it is their certificates. The Supreme Court will say something different. Even when even when our lawyers went to court to file our own response, at the end of the day, the case went ahead and upheld the judgment of the lower court based on the merits of that judgment, even without our lawyers. You understand that? That assures you the case was first of all premised on law and the constitutionality. So even if it goes to the Supreme Court, nothing will change. Because the judgment is not based. The judgment is not based on the arguments of our lawyers, strictly on the merits of the judgment that came in the lower court.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable, for giving us the update today. We really appreciate you taking out the time to be on the floor of the House this morning, and to have a lovely day.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, bye-bye. That was Honorable Chris Abasio, the spokesperson for the governorship campaign organization of the People's Democratic Party in Akwa Ibom State, helping us with updates on the issue between Akarakon and Pastor Umoh. And you can join the conversation on the phone numbers 0902-223-1011 or 0817-624-8565. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, the House Leader.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, next to your discussion this morning, what is presented to the Parliament. And I don't know why the people making statements. He has his own right to say whatever he likes. It's a pity that we need more of the journalists like the Ray Fools, the Dua, and the Mohammed, of years back, who actually investigate what has been going on in our country. We heard of about $200 billion contract signed on the sick day done by the present president, but they didn't have to show into the cap. So that's their top interest. It's only that maybe a secret is in bad condition to mention it immediately. That's what they've been doing. At least we heard of the former president, Otuekong, who said that he had met during his presidency, he had met any people. But how many of the Niger Delta are using these resources have been met to them? This is the problem that has been going on. That's why I'm annoyed. I'm not happy as I'm talking that the governor of Akwa Ibom, whom God has been using thus far, has been doing a campaign chairman to campaign for others to come and rule us. I'm not happy. That's not the other spirit. We should really pray so that God can turn things for our own favor. Peace for God's sake. I'm weeping, and I know God himself is not happy with the going on in the whole country. Now, coming to the entry of the PDP in the Court of Appeal, there's nothing to celebrate about it. For us to know where are we going and where are we coming from, and then get to the point that the will of God must be done in our generation, starting from here at home. Please, for God's sake, that name came in your party is not just for fun. It's for us to take note that if you don't dakada, if you don't truly dakada and become what God has created to become, you become a loser. God will.
All right, many thanks for joining us, and let's go back to the page where we have a lot more comments and reactions coming in. Of course, the House leader is going to help us with that, and then we'll get back to the second motion that we have on the floor of the House.
Yes, let's head back to our Facebook page, Planet Radio 101.1 FM, or should you wish to leave us comments in reaction to what we are discussing this morning. Okay, let's quickly get this one. It's coming. Okay, I think we've already taken it. Parliamentarian Joe Hope Umoh. This one says, all right, just saying hi to the rest of Parliament. I think we perhaps do not have fresh comments as opposed to the ones we already took. Mr. Speaker, we keep waiting for more comments and we'll do well to take them.
All right, we'll take the calls. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, good morning.
Welcome.
It's Valentine. Sorry, I can't hear you, but I think you can hear me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I want to say that the court judgment yesterday, especially on the side of here, and yesterday right now, I want to say that to me, I'm not satisfied with the judgment, and I will also adhere to go back to the Supreme Court because you cannot take to judge a case. The lower court, they did a terrible job. So I don't know what they are saying now, and I would not that today APC still have a governorship candidate. They don't have. So China is the only credible candidate, and that would be what to me the person that I want to vote for. All over what you are seeing now, you don't have a credible person for this election. Thank you for having me.
I'd like to quickly just remind you, parliamentarian, that the court has already ruled in favor of Abong Akanodofia that he is the authentic candidate of the APC as it stands. So unless another court of competent jurisdiction rules otherwise, Itayanang is not part of the picture as far as the gubernatorial seat or the gubernatorial candidacy of the APC in Akwa Ibom State is concerned. But I'll leave you in the hands of parliamentarian Otuekong Success.
Let me start from the last theory that we talked about, that of the PDP that the people are celebrating. And there's a comment made by Chris Asuquo, which I'm not very comfortable with it, though I don't know why he made that sort of statement. And you see, for one to get to the party, and buy form to stand for nomination and spend a lot of money, money that's involved in Nigerian political system. It's an huge amount of money. But at the same time, there will be no level playing ground for you to, to exercise your franchise and people to vote you, and maybe you are manipulated out. Then you are not comfortable. Then you go to court, and people will see you to be an enemy of the people, enemy of the party. I think that is not good. For him to say that even if Akanagon will go to Supreme Court, he will not still join. Why do we still preempt? That's a statement made by Chris Asuquo, that even if Akanagon goes to Supreme Court, he will not win. So we now see in Nigeria that before we go to court, you see parties that favors them preempting what will happen in the next court. And when once they win, it is victory for democracy. And when once they are not win, they have to call on God. They will be shouting the name of God. They will be shouting and you will see corruption. That's the problem we have in Nigeria. When once you go to court on a particular issue, victory for democracy. And when once he go against you, you start calling names. And this is what I condemn in totality. Now, in the issue of the APC, the court of first instance that Senator Itayanang went to pronounced that Akanodofia is not a member of the party and others issue. And that they should conduct primaries again. And they have to go to Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal now said he lacked jurisdiction, that the court lacked jurisdiction to entertain to that case, and they pronounce him the winner. And people will feel that the Italian will be happy, clapping hand, and they will not pursue the case to the logical conclusion. And in a process that some people were locked out, that in the process that people were not allowed to exercise their franchise. And this is what we see in Nigeria. And you see, and you said they went to stakeholders meeting, they call for peace. What sort of peace? When people have spent their hard-earned money, and you did not allow them to stand. And in Nigeria, I think the court is the last hope of a common man. That when once I'm not satisfied, perhaps I have issues with Mr. Speaker, instead of me taking my laws into my hand, and I will say, let the court judge between me and the Speaker. And now we see a lot. I won't sit down here to say that money pass hands in a judicial system. I'm the last person to say that. But if by peradventure that people use money to buy judgment, I don't know how much people will use it to buy the people's will, because that's the strongest thing. You cannot buy the people's will. So for the two judgment that was given yesterday, me have not seen the victor and the vanquished. But the issue is, I want people to pursue their case to the logical conclusion.
Well, the court has ruled, and for now, and as far as the 2023 general election is concerned, we have Akano Dofia as the APC gubernatorial candidate, unless another higher court rules otherwise. And of course, the PDP have also made their claims known, and unless Akano Court further appeals the case, for now the case is buried. And of course, on that note, we'll take our second recess. When we come back from bringing you the BBC The World in 2 minutes and other commercials, we'll be continuing with the rest of our conversations on the floor of the House, so please stay with us.
BBC News. Hello, this is Jerry Smith. Germany is likely to come under intense pressure to agree to send tanks to Ukraine at a meeting of Western defense chiefs at the US Air Base at Ramstein later today. The latest US military aid package does not include tanks. European nations need Berlin's consent before they can offer Ukraine tanks made in Germany. The head of the UN nuclear agency said Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia plant is still in enormous danger. Rafael Grossi has been trying to negotiate a safe zone at the facility. Peru's President Dina Boluarte has said her administration stands firm and united against anti-government protesters. Her speech came after another day of clashes in the capital, Lima. A fire in a low-income neighbourhood of the South Korean capital, Seoul, has forced hundreds of people to flee their homes. No deaths were reported. Ireland's Prime Minister has said he regrets that the Northern Ireland Protocol was imposed on the region without the consent of Unionist and Republican communities. The treaty was agreed in the Brexit deal. The US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen arrives in Senegal on Friday at the start of an African tour. She's expected to offer African governments alternative investment streams to China. US and Cuban officials have concluded 2 days of talks in Havana on law enforcement. Both sides describe the dialogue as beneficial. The former US President Donald Trump has been ordered to pay nearly $1 million for filing a lawsuit accusing his political rivals of trying to rig an election which he won. The judge said Mr. Trump deserves sanctions for misusing the courts. The American folk rock pioneer David Crosby has died at the age of 81. He helped set up 2 major bands, The Byrds and Crosby, Stills and Nash. BBC News.
The World in 2 minutes. Dear listener, we exist because you're always there, and without you, there is no us. We appreciate your sustained loyalty and remain committed to creating content tailored to meet your everyday media needs. And on this note, starting this January, you will be noticing some changes in our programming. Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo, revolving around you.
Iyo, ngoma bubukiri nimdum iba, iramdi bu iba nimdum ita. Bangudong tap, bangudong gumsen litang. Se ufo top media group, bunsinya Planet FM may Spectrum Television. Manis yung finito. Tang 102.7 FM. Sinaman sa sangan tumke korado ke ta Philippine Bosadinam. Abi doki ko kangen. Anyan ke sebuki ko makara all indigenous language radio station. Mena mero Top Media Group. Part of the Planet 101.1 FM. Ayoki baro Spectrum Television. Ayoki parum Tang 102.7 FM. Ekeni tang. Iyame. Bento diagado.
Amapiano and Afrobeats, they dine together. The 2 giants, Niger and South Igbo show. Plenty drama, romance. 247. Come see where Yawa the gas Yawa.
Make gonna catch all the excitement on Top Go TV Jolly, Max, and Super on Channel 29. Reconnect today on my Go TV app or dial *288#. Big Brother titles now for people who don't reach or pass 18 years old. Our headline sponsors now Bamboo, Flutterwave, and Lotto Star.
Before, when I call my guy, before I talk, my man, how far? go here.
You have less than 1 minute for your call.
Auto waiting, but with Airtel double double, now steady relating.
My guy, our area, our everything.
Stay connected for longer with the Airtel double double plan that gives you 70 minutes talk time plus 3 gigabytes data for just 1,000 naira. Dial *141#. Select my area now.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
In line with our vision to become and remain a constant choice of information dissemination and public enlightenment, as well as propagate quality broadcasting, TAF Media Group, the umbrella body of Planet Radio, Tangsio FM and Spectrum Television, is glad to announce the existence of our one-stop feedback channel where questions and concerns about our policies and programming can be channeled. In this wise, legitimate and responsible queries and complaints will be entertained via these platforms for swift responses. Call, SMS or reach us via WhatsApp on 0916-984-0307 or send us an email on tafmediagroup1@gmail.com.
The Nigeria Union of Journalists, Akwa Ibom State Council, in partnership with key stakeholders, corporate organizations, and CSOs, present the 2023 Akwa Ibom Governorship Debate, a platform to hear and prove blueprints, programs, and policies of governorship candidates. Date: Sunday, 29 January 2023. Venue: Ibom Icon Hotels and Golf Resort. Time: 4 p.m. The debate will be broadcast live on 11 radio and 6 television stations. Attendance strictly on invitation. Akwa Ibom 2023 Governorship Debate, redefining the standard of political participation in Akwa Ibom State. Anikan Udofia, Chairman, NUJ Political Committee, announcer.
Anambra State. Akara ekwentị ha 08149828254 08149828254. Love bread. Bring the ma na Bologna de ma.
contestants which Akwa Ibom people are, up to, looking up to. So the issue about what Akwa Ibom people should be expecting now is to make their rightful choice on who they feel will drive this train to the destination, not piling up court cases. And House leader, I am this one person that doesn't believe that of PDP, that the case has now reached to the Court of Appeal. Almost going to another court now on the issue of certificate, and that of APC and the Court of First Instance. It was said you are not a member of the party. I moved to the other court. I said I'm a member of the party. All this will be if there's internal democracy, if there is peace among them, if there's other mechanism that they can call these people to order, and people will be able to make choice. Now the time is fast spent for APC. The time is fast spent for that of PDP. I know the choice is now made for the people of Akwa Ibom to know who will govern them as the next leader.
All right, Mr. Speaker, I'm sure you're quite intrigued by the turn of these conversations. It's been playing on the minds of the people who will eventually, get to be on the ballot with respect to the candidates vying, for each of these positions. And why we cannot shy away from the fact that the aggrieved losers in this case might decide to go to the Supreme Court, which would more or less still drag the parties back as far as the preparations for the polls are concerned. I wonder if Akwa Ibomites are thinking about this keenly and saying the activities, evolving around these political parties and the court case would help shape their minds going forward, where they can say, let's go for a party that looks more stable. But when virtually all the big parties in the state having one internal crisis to deal with, it presents a more difficult choice for Akwa Ibomites to make going forward, because the other parties that seem to have put their houses in order, you would say they don't have, in quotes, big fishes, indicating interest to, run for the position of governor.
Well, it's a very fine situation that we have on our hands in Akwa Ibom State. Recall that recently we've been having the APC family trying to put their house in order. We saw the APC leader in Akwa Ibom State now, Nomana Kunuma, the NDDC minister, just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, holding a stakeholders meeting and briefing the people as to their planned presidential campaign that is coming to Akwa Ibom State on the 31st of this month or thereabout. And yes, that has been serious call for the APC family to all sheath their swords and join forces to form a united front and a very strong opposition to the current PDP leadership in Akwa Ibom State. Now, just prior to this, we all know we're all very well concerned with the factional challenges that grace the APC family with the candidacy or the legitimacy of the state chairman that had 2 different factions, which of course resulted in a different elections that were held at different positions, with the then resident electoral commissioner Mark Igeni coming out to tell the Ibomites that the APC's primaries election was not properly conducted. I mean, the one that happened outside of the Sharegrass arena where he was present. But I think the verdict of the court has further, should we say, by going by the verdict of the court, nullified what the then resident electoral commissioner in Akwa Ibom said did re-echo consistently, which at some point made it look like he was at war with the APC family in Akwa Ibom State. In as much as there are grounds for them to appeal the case, in as much as there is still the likelihood of a distinguished Senator Itainang going to further appeal the case, and of course in his attempt to be on the ballot come 2023 general election, the gubernatorial elections in Akwa Ibom State. At this point in time, we can all attest to the fact that the primary focus of the APC family in Akwa Ibom State is to put up a very united front, and that is why Umana Konumana has called for peace. And then, of course, just shortly after winning at the court yesterday, Obong Akanudofia also issued a press statement and urged for peace in the APC, and he's also promised to work with everybody. So I think that pretty much is a call on all warring parties to sheath their sword and form a united front for the APC. For the PDP, yes, the challenge of Akanokon still appealing the case, the possibility is still there, but I think we'll join the rest of Akwa Ibomites to wait for what the outcome of, just wait to hear if Akanokon, or Akanokon rather, will, further appeal the case. And if he doesn't, and like the spokesperson of the PDP has said, then we can say that, the forgery case of Pastor Umoh, the PDP gubernatorial candidate, has been put to rest. And of course, the candidacy of the APC has been put to rest. And I think this would answer the prayers of Akwa Ibomites, who are at this point calling for a robust opposition to the present PDP gubernatorial candidacy that has generated a lot of reaction. So now it will make the politics more interesting. It will make the campaigning more interesting. So you now have Akanudofia of the APC, and his deputy designate Victor Antai. You now have the PDP Pastor Umoh and his deputy designate distinguished Senator Akonoyanyi. You now have the YPP gubernatorial candidate distinguished Senator Basi Albert and his deputy designate retired AIG Amba. You now have the ADC, Architect Njaituk, still standing very strong, and his deputy. We have distinguished Senator John James Udoideg of the NNPP and his deputy designate standing tall. So Akwa Ibomites now have a multitude, candidates to choose from in the forthcoming general election. And that, if you ask a lot of political analysts, they would say is in the overall best interest of democracy.
Oh, well, let's quickly head back to phone lines and get more reactions from parliamentarians. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Hello, good morning. All right, do well to keep trying to reach us. We hope to chip in your comments just before the end of the show. You can also go to our Facebook page, Planet Radio 101.1 FM, for more reactions. We sincerely apologize for the poor quality of the line this morning, but we're hoping to get in more of your reactions. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. All right, looks like we're still having issues with service providers owing to the poor quality of the line. We sincerely apologize for this, but do well to keep the calls coming in. Hello, good morning. All right, first off, what's your name and where are you joining us from? Okay, we lost the call. If you can reach us back again, feel free to do so, Mr. Speaker.
All right, at this point in time, I think it's about time we excuse the House leader to attend to his other responsibilities. And of course, the People's Parliament continues. We'll take some more calls and then we wrap up our conversation for this 15th plenary session. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the plenary.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Good morning.
Okay, I think we'll have to do away with all the calls for now because of the poor network challenges that we're currently facing. But let me come back to you, Parliamentarian Otuekong Success, for your closing contributions or comments on the different motions that we have on the floor of the House this morning.
Yeah, my take home this morning is for political parties to understand that that goes to equity must go with clean hand, and if you must advertise for position in your party and you ask people to pay for money and ask from buy form to contest election, you must be able to allow a level playing ground for all contestants to avoid litigation. It has never been so far bad like this in Akwa Ibom, where we have cases pre-election cases in Akwa Ibom State going up to Supreme Court. Another one is even not coming up today. That of senatorial candidacy of Ikore between DIG and Godswill Akpabio. We have seen it has gone to that. Even a former governor like Godswill Akpabio could not even also give peace to his party. He has to pursue it to Supreme Court. But he will in turn advise every other person in his party to embrace peace, as if he has equally embraced peace. Now we see the likes of Vitana may likely go to Supreme Court because he was not given a level playing ground in this party. The like of Akanokun will equally pursue his case with the minor to Supreme Court because he is not even seeing the hand of a fellowship, the love extend to his party. And I believe that those people that are going for battle will not be going, if they are not going as a team to battle, it's likely the likelihood of losing a battle is there. But if they go as a team, united family, for any contest and battle they will win. So my advice is Akwa Ibom people knows who they want to vote. These people that are pursuing cases in court may not even be the people that Akwa Ibom people want to vote, or one of them may be also. But the likes of Akwa Ibom knows what is paining them. They knows retirees have not received their pensions and gratuities. Primary school teachers have that the government just opened for recruitment. After the interview, the entire thing has closed. Process that took place right from 2001 up till now 2023 have not been closed. Roads construction and the rest of the things. So quite some people are in pain. But if the people outside this state are eating our money, billions, in order to maybe buy cases or please people, and quite some people are suffering, they know who they will vote.
All right, indeed, the Akwa Ibom people do know who they will vote, and there has been consistent call for the people to know the candidates respectively, and of course decide right before choosing who they vote for in the forthcoming general elections. My name is Francis Edet, and on behalf of the House Speaker and Parliamentarian Otuekong Success, I move the motion that this plenary be suspended for the actions be taken when we reopen the floor next week, Monday. Many thanks to you for joining us on the Facebook page and the phone lines, and I sincerely again apologize for the poor network quality, the reception that we've had today. And yes, remember to always remain a very law-abiding citizen. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless Akwa Ibom State, and to have a very lovely weekend. From us, it's bye-bye for now.